The Black Panther is a deeply admired icon in the Marvel Universe, and from the get-go, he marked a unique shift in comics. The racial inequities of the period were a watershed topic tackled by the Black Panther. T'Challa hasn't stopped since his seminal days, and now he's clawing his way to the top. You have to be smart and strong to uphold such a vaulted canon. What's T'Challa's secret? All will soon be revealed. Let's not beat around the bush. If you like this video, hit the shiny red subscribe button to stay privy to all of our cool videos. You know you want to.
So let us now welcome home T'Challa, the son of Wakanda.
First black mainstream comic hero. If you think that you can judge a cat, especially that of Black Panther's caliber, by their stripes or spots, you better think again. He's blazed an exceptional path straight through the heart of the MCU. Not a surprise for a guy with expert tracking skills and can run at 50 miles per hour. He carries a lot of favor for his wicked physical abilities, but did you know that the genesis of comics' racial canon begins with him? Black Panther debuted in Fantastic Four's edition number 52 back in 1966, and he cleaned the floor with them. It's interesting to note that Black Panther's introduction predates the establishment of the African American Revolutionist political organization by the same name by just 3 months. Conspiracy theorists? Go nuts. The Black Panther activist movement marked a significant change to the eclipsing halcyon era in America. Innocuous or not, T'Challa's original handle was, wait for it, Coal Tiger. Yeah. I doubt that Panther ever stepped into a coal mine. Despite our strides towards social equality, minorities still face significant challenges. In the Marvel comic and cinematic universe, we can at least count on the luminary core group of heroes like Falcon, Luke Cage, John Stewart's Green Lantern, not that John Stewart, and also Black Lightning and Nick Fury.
But if you don't find a suitable bride and start a family, you are endangering the royal bloodline.
Stormy relationship. Celebrity marriages. They never last. Imagine, if you will, that you're a superhero and you marry another superhero. I'm sure that things get super complicated. And no, it was not a shotgun wedding, so stop asking. Prior to the blessed day in 2006, T'Challa and Aurora Monroe, or Storm, bumped into one another years ago, and promptly their hearts were set alight. The wedding was a stunning affair, opting for a Wakandan ceremony, and you know that there was no rain in the forecast. Iron Man and Captain America were in attendance. Pure magic. They can play house well enough, but how do they work together? They cooperated during the Civil War period and even temporarily subbed in for Reed and Sue Richards in the Fantastic Four. How wholesome is that? However, the Marvel event Avengers vs. X-Men had them pitted against one another. That's probably the only time they got to see each other, working in opposite parts of the globe. Long distance never works, and the editorial powers that be annulled their marriage in 2012. I'm sure her rebound with Wolverine has to sting.
Ha! That was awesome!
Spidey knocked him down a peg. As we all expected, Black Panther was first announced as the objective neutral hero in the middle of Captain America's Civil War. Right on and solid. Full steam ahead. Although, Spider-Man traditionally filled this role in the Civil War pages, but negotiations with Sony Entertainment regarding Spidey hadn't been finalized yet. The script was altered to accommodate Black Panther. Sony Entertainment finally sanctioned the web-slinger's participation, and all of a sudden, the Black Panther lost some thunder. And Storm had nothing to do with it. Just saying.
It's perfect, thank you.
Yeah, we don't really need to start a conversation.
They had to be cordial as they played on the same team, seen here clearly breaking every FAA rule at the airport. Spidey kinda stole the show with his gosh golly enthusiasm and remarks. A little less chit-chat, Parker. Keep your head in the game. Where T'Challa lacks in comedic timing, he more than measures up in the fisticuffs. The combat scenes are honestly impressive and leaving fans satisfied, and we didn't see Spider-Man in the explosive chase scene. Just saying. The Black Panther feature will drop this winter, and we'll finally get the chance to see solo T'Challa in the driver's seat. Which makes sense because he has those sharp driving gloves.
Where's T'Chaka? He is. I am king of Wakanda now.
Feel the rage. T'Challa again broke ground as the subject of Marvel's very first graphic novel. Until Panther's Rage, there hadn't been a multi-issue storyline, even though Marvel dispatched a bevy of titles during the 1960s and 70s, but Rage was the first to earn the title of novel. Panther's Rage, a 13-part epic that ran bi-monthly in the pages of Jungle Action from 1973 to 1975 and brought readers to T'Challa's nation of Wakanda, a country coveted for its rich deposits of vibranium, the much sought-after antimetal thought to be the key to making steel indestructible. The very same material that gives Captain America's shield its superstructural integrity, and that'll bring a lot of benefits to Wakanda, the most technically advanced nation in the Marvel Universe, but unwanted attention by those who would want to plunder this material. Writer Don McGregor was repulsed with the old racist depictions found in the Jungle Action series from the 1950s and complained to an editor at Marvel. If you can do better, have at it. And boy did McGregor do just that. What he managed to create was a smart and realistic storyline more rooted in reality than ever offered before. And Panther's Rage is arguably the first in the now common superhero series.
Now look here.
Mistake.
The flawless hero? Alright. We know that you're climbing the walls in anticipation of Marvel's Black Panther February 2018 release. Man, oh man, T'Challa is blushing. The hype is well deserved, especially for his exciting addition in Captain America Civil War. I mean, just look at him go. We're excited. Okay, moving on. Black Panther can hold his own, and they're offering a little extra for later with a broad palette of formidable abilities. When he achieved the title of Black Panther, ruler of Wakanda, he was treated to a vibranium salad, and apart from it being an excellent source of fiber, he too gained super soldier skills from this rare appetizer. Breaking it down, T'Challa possesses incredible speed, stamina, agility, feral animal levels of tracking prey, and then there's still his unsurpassed gymnastic and martial arts prowess. Would you like him on your tail? We think not. Also, don't be stupid and forget that he's the 8th smartest guy in the world, gifted with a scientific beam, so he'll keep Stark on his shiny red toes.
Alright, I've run out of patience.
And lastly, he's the wealthy ruler of the world's most advanced nation. We've also heard that he's non-allergenic. Considering these bonuses, is Black Panther the perfect hero? A strong maybe.
Ma, there's a lot to do. You've been preparing me for this my whole life.
Clobbered the KKK. In 1976, network TV pumped out groundbreaking counterculture shows like All in the Family, Sanford and Son, and The Jeffersons, all tackling the social woes of the time. So it's really interesting that in the Black Panther edition after Panther's Rage, he confronts the Klan. Of course, in the comic, they're not directly called the Klu Klux Klan, although the coward curtain is a dead ringer. Therefore, you can imagine how controversial this was at the time. We're talking 1976, remember? The intolerance then was ridiculous, or is that today? Who can tell? But what we know is after the atrocities inflicted historically on black men, women, and children in America's South, it makes you wish that there was a superhero around. In the story, however, T'Challa accompanies his girlfriend to Georgia and of course clash against institutionalized racism. Again, McGregor's deft instincts had him scribe even deeper into the social taboos of the day with the Panther versus the Klan. In a showdown, Panther was subdued by Klansmen and tied to a burning cross. T'Challa does break free and beat the snot out of him, but his victory was portrayed as a struggle, in line with the real-life struggle for African Americans back then. Will Black Panther take up this torch in the future?
If this man is everything that you say he is, then the city needs me.
Besting the Dark Knight. What would be the outcome of a theoretical matchup between T'Challa and the Batman? We'll unpack this in a second, but a battle royale between the two helps us see their similarities. Toe-to-toe, the consensus favors the Black Panther, but we can't help but marvel at the fact that they're total counterparts from different comic universes. Wayne is rich in Gotham, but T'Challa's the ruler of Wakanda, a wealthy and super advanced nation. Access to such resources also bolsters the Panther's equipment and tech above that of the Caped Crusader's arsenal. Thank you, Vibranium. Black Panther's suit affords him a ridiculous bevy of offensive and defensive powers. Getting back up after a should-be TKO by the Hulk speaks volumes to this statement. Intelligence-wise, both aren't slouches either. Bruce Wayne is a master detective. T'Challa, on the other hand, is the 8th smartest dude on the planet, and he excels in the scientific area. T'Challa gets pole position here, too. The only way T'Challa might be bested is at martial arts. Batman has mastered 127 different fighting styles with considerable success. T'Challa would hold his own against the Batman. However, if Black Panther were stripped of his suit, Batman might get the upper hand.
I will not warn you again.
He likes to freelance. The Black Panther could just as easily refer to himself as a snow leopard, but it's for the sake of his country. He's patriotic like that. The isolationist nation of Wakanda tends to pull its leader back home to attend to domestic affairs. When his schedule permitted, he's joined forces with the Avengers, the Ultimates, Illuminati, and briefly took the reins for the Fantastic Four. Like we said, when he's got the time. Being a head of state while defending his nation against those who would love to plunder her drool-worthy resources is his highest concern. But teaming up with superhero squads around the globe does give T'Challa a venerable position to keep tabs on would-be adversaries like the Avengers. The main reason that he teamed up was just that, to see if they posed a threat to Wakanda. The Avengers passed the sniff test. The ties that T'Challa has for his country imbues him to accept his neutral stance, like we saw in Captain America Civil War. This pragmatism forged an alliance with Iron Man because they both saw the Winter Soldier as a mutual threat. The rift might have something to do with Cap attending his wedding to Storm back in 2006. Maybe Cappy forgot to RSVP for the event and caused a table seating fiasco.
That is for my father.
A cat with many different lives. T'Challa's rise to the top has been a slow march of firsts in the comic book world, and everything taken has been earned. Take Captain America: Civil War and the upcoming Black Panther movie in 2018 that have clearly and firmly laid the groundwork for T'Challa to assert his dominance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the timing couldn't be better for Chadwick Boseman. This has got to be a fun role to play. However, the Jungle Cat has prowled around before in other incarnations. The Black Panther animated series, voiced by Jaimon Hansu, ran on BET, or Black Entertainment Television, in 2010 for only one season. Still, the short-lived series was yet another paw mark in his long and illustrious path to popularity and exposure. Would Wesley Snipes have helped or hurt Black Panther's leap to the top? Well, Snipes was being considered for the role in a film adaptation that was being knocked around since 1992. Wesley was a hot commodity back then, having Jungle Fever, White Man Can't Jump, and New Jack City in his hat. He was 31 years of age then, but now he's in his 50s. Well, at least he got to be the star in the Blade trilogy, but we can't help but notice that those fangs would make him a good cat character.
Who's in charge?
He's called the Black Panther.
The bigger picture. A strong offense demands a strong defense. Or is it the other way around? It doesn't matter much, because it works out to be the same deal, as long as you save the world. The all-new, all-different Marvel branding created another reason to put an animal in space. T'Challa's work associates are a powerful team who have sworn to protect the planet from alien threats. This in and of itself can be a full-time occupation. This orbit patrol goes by the name the Ultimates and consists of Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, America Chavez, and Blue Marvel. It's an apt name for some pretty ultimate characters. Heck, the tagline for the first edition back in October of 2015 read, "Ultimate problems need ultimate solutions." Black Panther brings his usual bag of tricks to the table, but it's advanced Wakandan technology that really gives them their interstellar edge. Out of the gates, the Ultimates literally had to put Galactus back into a box. Actually, it was an incubator in Ultimates Volume Number 2. They succeed, and as Galactus reemerges from the proverbial timeout corner, he realizes the folly of his destructive ways. Case in point, he brings the planet and peoples of Archaeopia back from the grave as they were the first victims in his universal destruction spree. So, what do you think? Is the Black Panther worthy of all this praise and attention? Could he really take down the Batman in a fair fight? Will Storm and he finally get back together? And will you ever get the chance to visit Wakanda? Let us know in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to CBR to keep up to date with all our awesome videos on our playlist, your recommended source for all things geek. Thanks for watching!